Education. I'd like to begin this evening by inviting Superintendent Theoharides to the podium.
Well, good evening and welcome. This is a very, very special occasion and we look forward to it every year. And on behalf of the Sanford School Committee, which many of them are sitting in the front row over there, I welcome you to this evening. We have a lot of very special things to see tonight. My Assistant Superintendent, Matt Nelson, is also sitting in the front row. He and I were last week at a first grade concert over at College of Atlanta. And I don't know if you've been to a first grade concert lately, but one of the things that's neat is the kids are all up on the stage and they're going like this. And meanwhile, all the parents are doing the same thing. And all the family members, they're going like this. And it's quite cute. And I thought it would be only appropriate if you would all stand up, turn around, and wave to the people who are here for you tonight. Okay? I think that you can all wave back. All right. I don't know what they do that thing with it, but you're down again. Okay. So anyway, on behalf of your teachers, administrators, and the school committee, I congratulate all of you, all people getting certificates, diplomas, and so forth. I'm going to get out of your way. You've got a lot to do tonight. I welcome you and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent. At this time, I'd like to call upon Linda LaVirtue, a very dedicated and long-serving Sanford Community Adult Education teacher, who's going to lead us in tonight's Pledge of Allegiance. As she makes her way, please rise, and as you do, we ask that everyone, with the exception of our female graduates, remove your hats.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Linda. At this time, I'll ask you to help me to welcome our Director, Alan Lambert, to the podium to announce SCAE Staff Years of Recognition.
Good evening. Each year at graduation, we take a few minutes to recognize employees who have reached milestones in their years of service at Sanford Community Adult Education. Because most of our staff are part-time, graduation is one of the few times that we actually get everybody together. Will the following staff members please come to the stage? Deb Thompson, Sue Colley, and Lisa Blanchett. Deb Thompson has been an art teacher with us for 20 years, and she also teaches in the evening art, health, and creative success, and she could not be here this evening. Sue Colley has been with us for 20 years as part of our administrative support team and coordinates our marketing and advertising efforts. Sue, this is for you. And this says that at least it's been here for 35 years, but I think it's been a lot longer than that, but that's okay. Anyways, Lisa's been a valuable member of Sanford Community Adult Education for many years, and her current position is academic and vocational coordinator, and she's done an outstanding job. This is for 35 years of service.
Thank you very much, Alan, and congratulations to Deb and Sue. It's an honor to be a part of such a dedicated staff. Now we're going to turn our attention to the graduates. Tonight is all about you. Since July 1st of 2017, we have helped 27 people fulfill their goals of achieving a high school credential. All of those graduates could not be here with us tonight, but those of you who are can represent the accomplishments of all. Every adult ed student has a unique story. The story of their personal journey that brought them here tonight, and the one that will motivate them to continue on. Every year, we give students the opportunity to share their story at graduation. This year, 2 brave students stepped forward and said that they would like to share. Elizabeth Thibodeau and Nate Derrigan, would you please come to the stage? Elizabeth will be first to share her thoughts with her fellow students and all of you who came to honor them.
Good evening. This is the first time I've ever done this. Good evening. My name is Elizabeth Eaton Tebow. To Lisa Blanchett and Alan Lambert, all the office staff and teachers, thank you for what you have done for me tonight. Thank you to my family, especially my husband, who is here tonight, who has been there for me, pushed me, helped me, made me did my homework. I was supposed to be the class of 1978. I had a problem, so I couldn't finish school. So I was a redskin back then, but 40 years later, here I am at the podium. To all my classmates in front of me here, I'm proud of all of us, what we have accomplished. Now follow your dreams, continue your education for a good paying job, and I will be following mine. Please don't give up. It does not matter what year you left high school, come back and get your degrees. And it doesn't matter what you get at Sanford Community Adult Ed will help you. And the staff and the teachers are awesome, and they will help you all the way. To my classmates, one more time, please continue your education and enjoy life to go to college of your choice. Don't forget to thank our family and friends out there and everyone who's been there for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. When the next student came forward to share, he said he would prefer to share a song. When I asked him what that song was, he said, "The Cave." It was a song I had never heard, so I listened to it and I read the lyrics, and I shared them with the office staff. We felt the words were very moving, and we printed them on the backs of your program. Please welcome Nate Derrigan.
It's empty in the valley of your heart. The sun rises slowly as you walk away from all the fears and all the thoughts you've left behind. The harvest left no food for you to eat. You cannibal, you meat eater, you see. But I have seen the same, I know the shame in your defeat. But I will hold on hoping I won't let you choke on the noose around your neck, and I'll find strength in pain, and I will change my ways. I'll know my name as it's called again. I have other things to fill my time. Music, what is yours, and I'll take mine. Now let me have the truth, which will refresh my broken mind. So tie me to a post and block my ears. I can see what those orphans through my tears. I know my goals despite my faults and despite my growing fears. But I will hold on hope, and I will let you choke on the noose around your neck, and I'll for strength and pain. I'll know my name as it's called again. So come out of your cave, walking on your hands, and see the world hanging upside down. You can understand dependence when you know the Maker's heart. So make the sirens call and sing all you want. I will not hear what you have to say, 'cause I need freedom now. I need to know how to live my life as it's meant to be.
Thank you, Nate, for sharing that powerful message of that song with us tonight. At this time, I'd like to invite the following people to the stage for the presentation of scholarships. SCAE Director Alan Lambert, Danielle Treadwell, President of Sanford Springfield Rotary, and Dr. Linda K. Brown, the Curriculum Committee Volunteer for York County Senior College.
Because of the generosity of some very special friends of SCAE, I am able to announce these evening's scholarships. Daniel Treadwell presenting two $500 Sanford Springfield Rotary scholarships. These scholarships can be used not only for tuition, fees, books, and supplies, but also for other things that create barriers to education, like childcare and transportation. The recipients for the Rotary scholarships are Linda Austin and Eric Tuhal. Linda plans to pursue education to work with animals, and Eric would like to work in the medical field. Dr. Linda K. Brown will be presenting two $500 York County Senior College scholarships. Let me just say that for many years now, Sanford Adult Education has had a very meaningful relationship with York County Senior College. And Senior College has done a lot of activities with Sanford Adult Education over the years. And You can always find them on a Friday morning or afternoon at our facility. Lots of artists and lots of classes going on. Thank you very much for that. So the two recipients for the York County Senior College Scholarships are Nate Darrigan and Liz Tebow. Nate has been accepted at Southern Maine Community College for a course in liberal studies, and Elizabeth is enrolled at YCCC in the Vet Tech Assistant program. Congratulations to all the scholarship recipients, and thank you to Rotary and Senior College for your kind support. And now I get to introduce the keynote speaker this evening. It's my pleasure to welcome tonight's keynote speaker, who is Brian Sillen, co-founder of Aroma Joe's Coffee. Aroma Joe's was founded in 2000. Brian attended the University of Southern Maine and graduated with a bachelor's degree in business administration and management. And Brian, I believe, is a graduate of Noble High School. He's from that community. Brian founded Aroma Joe's with other family members and has sold millions of cups of coffee, but I think that's like a lot of millions of cups of coffee since it opened. And I had the personal pleasure of meeting Brian for the first time in my work with the Sanford Schools Legacy Foundation. And Brian has become an invaluable partner with the Sanford Schools Department. And while this company was founded one town over from us, Brian, and we just talked about this before the graduation, really has a close affinity with Sanford. In many ways, he got his start here in business, and Sanford was a very special place in his heart. I asked Brian to speak to us today because I truly believe that local entrepreneurship is one very critical component towards Sanford's economic future. And we need more people like Brian dreaming and creating viable businesses in our community and throughout all of Maine. It's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Brian Sillen.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, graduates, Sanford community, friends, family. Last time I spoke to a graduating class, it was in 1990 when I was graduating, and I only had to write one letter of apology to the principal, so I'm looking to improve that tonight. When I was asked to speak at this event, I was told that I was the first local business person to speak, and I'm truly honored by that. I know that I've served a lot of people in the community, and I'm very proud of that. I was told that I would get about 5 to 7 minutes to inspire, educate, and honor these great students. So I'm going to try to do that justice. Here goes. There's 3 things in life that I try to focus on, and I feel that would bring success to most people. The first being health, the second being support and family, and the third being drive. Personal health, the first thing that should be on your list is your own balance of your body and your mind, and being aware of your strengths and your weaknesses, being open for criticism, and speaking loudly and proudly when you believe in something and you have passion. I would urge everybody in the community to just be aware of things that are always lurking in the shadows, such as drug epidemics and social media, negativity, and even trying to be a more kind person seems to be lacking in many communities, and I think this is a great example of community outreach and families and support. It's right in this room right now. A lot of gymnasiums. You see exactly what I'm seeing right now, which is great families and great friends. The support system around you, whether your family be just your friends, maybe it's an aunt, maybe it's an uncle, grandparents. Families take very different forms now in America. It doesn't just mean a mother and a father. It might mean a brother. It might mean a guidance counselor. It might be a priest. It really is just valuing your support system and talking to them honestly and openly. That can help you throughout your life. And the third thing is personal drive. This doesn't mean necessarily making money or trying to get power. It really means that whether you're striving for passion or a job or career, or to be a great parent, or to be a great sibling, that's your personal drive in life, and you should pursue your passions to find that. My journey started with just being at Noble, one town over. I know you're not the biggest fan of Noble, and that's okay, but my guidance counselor just challenged me and says, what do you want to do with your life? And I said eagerly, I have no idea. And she just looked at me and we took the test that everybody tells you to have, and they'll try to place you the best you can. But she says, hey, you know what, Brian, you have some personality on you, and I think you might be doing good in the hospitality industry, and do you think you might want to do something in college? And I was like, well, I'm really not into college too much, but I'll give USM a try for 2 years and see how that goes. And then the 2 years turns into 4 years, and after those 4 years, you're up for another journey where you're not really sure what to do after those 2 years or 4 years. And a fun fact, too, is there's 4 founders to the Aroma Joe's company, and one has his GED, one has his high school diploma, one has his 2-year associate degree, and one has his 4-year degree. So all paths wound up to the same place. It's very valuable as you're going through this journey that one hit or miss, one mistake, or one game does not end the journey. It keeps on going. After my education, I took a big leap to go down to Florida, where I worked for Disney World. And I gained a lot of experience there where just hard work makes a difference. I had 2 degrees, a 4-year degree and a 2-year degree, and I moved everything down there, didn't know anybody, and they started me in the food court. That's where I started. I worked my way up just trying to stock ketchups and make sure the soda was full and make sure customers were happy, and that's where I got my start after 2 degrees and a lot of hard work. So when sometimes you're in the trenches and you're working those long hours and you're the last one there is a reason that you're there, and just keep going. After Disney, I went to the Boston Harbor Hotel, and every once in a while life throws you a curveball, and that's where I fell in love, and I had my son. So my son became a big part of my life, and he was unplanned. That sometimes happens in the world. And still to this day, I think a real big reason of why I jumped to Aroma Joe's and that opportunity was because I knew that if I didn't, there was a very good chance that a nanny would be raising my son, or somebody in Boston, because it took a lot of hours to work in Boston and a lot of dedication. And I was a full-time single dad at that point. So there are going to be challenges. I would urge you to work through those challenges. Time will pass. You will work through it, especially with great support systems that I've seen them tonight. So here we are at Aroma Joe's, and the story of Aroma Joe's, which you're all curious about. But basically in 2000, that's when I was approached by my cousin Marty, who had some experience in the West Coast with this style of business, and he said, hey, do you want to do a project with me? And leading up to this, it's important to know that I didn't know even what Aroma Joe's was at that point. We didn't have a name, we didn't have a brand, we had nothing. We just had a concept of just fast, friendly, drive-through, keep it simple. And taking that risk was a really big opportunity in my life, but it was also very scary. But I was very happy that I could be more in my son's life, and that was really important to me at the time. So that's when I moved to Main Street, Sanford. Right on the corner of State Street and Main Street, wherever that big tree is. I walked into Shaw's Hardware and asked Mr. Shaw, do you have any apartments for rent? And he says, I sure do. I got one, and he's a little fixing up, but we'll take care of you. So Mr. Shaw hooked me up. I always give him a shout out in these crowds. And basically that's where the brand started. I was one person of 4, but I can remember that first week that we opened, I worked 115 hours. You're thinking, wait a minute, that can't be right. Now, let me do the math real quick. That means 7 days a week, I got about 4 hours of sleep. We opened up at about 4:30 in the morning. We worked till 9 at night, and I didn't have any staff at the time. So we had our health inspection, and my partners expected me to open, and that's what we did. So again, it's drive and the hard work in those moments that will propel your career and make you have real balance and commitment in your life. So I think early on, our slogan, no intercoms, no attitudes, no problem, really resonated with a lot of people. It really means engagement in the window, which is exactly what we do today, which is to try to make a friend, try to learn a name, try to make a great friend. As of today, my brother and I own 18 stores. We have locations in the Berwicks, Dover, Barrington, Biddeford, Rochester, all over. We just committed to be the official coffee of Sanford High School, and we also committed to $25,000 to this great Sanford community and to the school district. We're very proud of that. Thank you so much. As a company right now, we have 60 stores. We have a new store in Pennsylvania, we have a new store in Massachusetts, and also Florida. So we are going to be growing slowly. But it's still, if we get away from the customer, or if we get away from just making a great cup of coffee, then we're going to be in trouble. So we're going to stay focused on what we do. So what is success to me? It is the relationship I've had with my son, my family, my friends, my coworkers, and my customers. Jerome Jones has created lifetime friends. I've had employees that they didn't know it at the time, but I created lifelong friends. I look on social media now and I see parties that I'm not invited to because I'm the cool old boss, but they're still out there, and they're at bonfires, and they're at weddings, and they're at family gatherings, and I am just so proud of the fact that I've created situations where community has started, friendships start, and I have coworkers that have gotten married, and they've had kids, and it's just amazing how a brand and a cup of coffee can create social engagement and friendships and love, so it's really great. My journey has also brought me here, so I just can't say enough that I appreciate the time that this community has given me. I just would really leave you with that 3 things. Just stay focused on your health. Try to keep those around you that are important to you, your support system, your family, close to your hearts. And then try to find that drive and passion in your life, and don't give anything up for it. And you will get there. It just might take many years to get there. So I'm going to leave you with just some old man phrases that I find to be true today and could help you on your journey. The first one being, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. If you need to, Google it. That means that the more you speak up, and the more that you fight for something, and the more that you truly are even respectful to those in your life, in your peer group, if you speak up, you will be the first in line. You will be the first served. You will be the one that gets the grease. The second one is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. A lot of people might know that phrase, but if you live by that, that's when you look back after a long journey and you have personal ethics, and you can look back and say, I treated people how they deserve to be treated. They treated me how I deserve to be treated. And then the people around you, still later in your life, you'll have great people around you. And then the last one is, tomorrow is promised to no one. And I always try to keep that in my daily life, and that doesn't mean that you turn a switch on and off every day, but it's really about understanding that each day is a landmark in your life, and there's just many, many days that will get to you where you want to go. I have full faith that you'll get there. So create your own personal journey one day at a time. Deep breaths, work hard at it, persist, take the hits life gives and keeps coming. You're a great town and a great state. I congratulate you all for your achievement. Congratulations, Sanford graduates in 2018, and thank you.
Thank you, Brian. At this point in tonight's program, I want to take a few minutes to tell you about some of Sanford Community Adult Ed's other programs and recognize a group of new CNAs. Tonight, our diploma, high-set program, and CNA programs are all on display. but we have so much more to offer. Our robust enrichment program offers classes ranging in basket weaving to welding and sewing to small engine repair. Our ELL program, English Language Learners, continues to serve our newest residents of the area with basic language skills. ABE, Adult Basic Education, we are here to help anyone with basic reading, writing, and arithmetic skills for whatever the reason they want to learn. We have a college transitions program, which includes an on-staff college and career counselor who can help evaluate where you are, help you through interest inventories if you need help deciding on a career path, and then we have the classes and the contacts to get you where you want to go. It's never too old to ask yourself, what do I want to be when I grow up? We also have CRMA, which is Certified Residential Medication, and BHP, Behavioral Health Professionals, which we teach live or face-to-face medical offerings, and we teach them on-site at SCAE. But in keeping up with the busy lifestyles of those around us, we've partnered with the nationally recognized institutions to offer online or part online and part face-to-face employment certificates like workplace communications and financial management. We also have a partner for medical certifications, such as dental and medical assisting, and yet another partner for legal trainings, like paralegal. Please notice in your programs there are 10 people listed who did complete those types of trainings. Please keep all of these programs in mind when you think about adult education, and know that we are here for all of your lifelong learning needs. Our mission statement is simple: come, learn, conquer. If you will come, we will help you learn what you need to conquer whatever stands in the way of your success as defined by you. At this time, I would like to ask those CNA students that are with us tonight and their instructor, Barbara Roberts, to come to the stage. There were 10 students who completed the CNA program. The CNA program also ends with a CNA state exam, and they all successfully completed the exam as well. There are 4 of the graduates of that program with us tonight to celebrate their accomplishment. If you've ever been in a nursing home as a patient, a visitor, or to admit a family member, I'm sure you realize CNAs are an essential part of the care that goes on there. Not every CNA works in a nursing home, but many new CNAs begin their careers there. We are very proud of our more than 35 years of quality CNA training. Please help me congratulate the following CNAs as their teacher presents them with their certificate and pin. Ayla Flaherty. Shelby Goodrich. Amanda Kiernan. Caitlin Snyder. The other 6 graduates of the class were unable to be here tonight, but we extend our congratulations to them as well. Now, as we get closer to the main event, it's my privilege to welcome our director, Alan Lambert, again to the podium to address the class of 2018. I've attended a few college graduations, many high school graduations, and many, many adult ed graduations. When the dean or the principal or the director takes the stage to wish the graduates well, I often wonder if they even know who these students are that they're speaking to. I want to assure you, as Alan makes his way over to the podium, that he does know you, He knows who you are, and he cares about you and your future. Please welcome Alan Lambert.
Dear graduates, teachers, staff, and distinguished guests, welcome this evening. This is a special day for the graduates. I would like to provide you with a generic snapshot of our students. Virtually all of our students here dropped out of high school. The reasons for that are many. Suffice to say that they face challenges that prevented them from continuing with their schooling. Some of the students here tonight took time off from school and started to work. Others came directly to adult education. Many have home lives that are challenging, to say the least. They face difficulties involving food insecurity, housing, health, transportation, learning issues. The list goes on and on. And yet there is another side to our students. They also possess a spirit, a special strength, courage, the ability to persevere in the most extreme circumstances that really does set them apart. They are survivors, and they keep coming back to us. They don't give up. I submit that it is that quality of staying the course, even under the most extreme conditions, that will help them as they leave us tonight. Winston Churchill was once asked to give a graduation speech at a former school after he left public office. The audience was expecting a long speech from the former Prime Minister, because he was known for that. His speech was simple. This was his entire speech, and I quote, "Never give up, never ever give up." End of speech. I want to congratulate all the graduates and wish them well. I want to thank our outstanding staff and teachers for supporting our graduates. Some of our students come to SCAE suffering quite a bit at times, and the staff has helped them heal and learn. You helped them achieve their dreams to get to this evening. Thank you for your selflessness and your compassion. Furthermore, I want to say thank you to the families and friends of our graduates who helped them give them the support to reach this special day. To our graduating students, I ask that you, in turn, figure out how you can be of service to others. What can you do to help? How can you provide hope to others? Sanford Community Adult Education will remain true to its mission to be of service to students and to our entire community. We will continue to strive to enhance the quality of life in Sanford and Springvale. Our entire program is a reflection of this mission. We believe we can make a difference, and I congratulate all the graduates today and wish you much success. Thank you. Normally, I start to walk away after I give that address, and there was a note that Lisa put at the bottom that says, "Alan, don't leave the podium and stay right where you are." Okay, so I'm getting better now. So, we're going to switch gears, and we want to recognize an individual SCAE student this evening. The staff of SCAE is given the opportunity to nominate a student as the Outstanding Student Award. The criteria is as follows: demonstrates self-motivation, strong work ethic, and perseverance, has potential for future achievement and shows academic promise, has overcome difficult circumstances to pursue their education, has discovered education can help them reach their goals, is supportive of others returning to school, and is a role model for other adult learners. And before I make the announcement, I just want to say that this student received several nominations from different staff members. I'm not going to go into all the details. Some of the notes that the staff wrote about the student were incredibly heartfelt, very personal. Let me just say, this is a student that lives a bit of ways from us, and the student walked to school very often, a long distance, through really bad weather, and they made it a lot, and they were there, and they got the work done. And it is my pleasure to announce this year's Outstanding Student and recipient of a $500 SCAE scholarship to Mr. Nathan Darrigan.
committee with us, and he would like to bring you a word of greeting from the school committee. Welcome, John.
Well, I'd like to start with one thing. This is a special night. When I was driving here, it started to rain out, and my first thought was, oh God, this is not good. It's raining. I want to take pictures. And as I was walking up the sidewalk, I just happened to notice 3 gentlemen off to my right, and they were taking pictures. And the things they were taking pictures of is probably one of the nicest, biggest rainbows I've ever seen. It was off to my left. And one of the gentlemen, actually, that was what he said. He was, look at the size of that. It's amazing. It's huge. And as I walked in here, I thought about it, and I was like, it's special. It's special that there was a rainbow out there that's special for you guys. That is not part of what I was saying. It's just really touching that happened for you guys tonight. But let me start with this. Good evening and welcome. It's an honor and a privilege to be on this stage this evening. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a man and knows me. I've never been at loss for words. Tonight, I am humbled and stand here in front of you, your parents, your friends, your loved ones that are here with you know the same. I think you'll agree with me when I say the power of positive thinking is remarkable. In fact, the idea that your mind can change your world almost seems too good to be true. You have all traveled different paths to get here, but the most important thing is that you made it. I now want you to take a moment to reflect upon your own journey. With that, I challenge you to consider where we'll take you next. A quick little quote from a gentleman and motivational speaker, and I actually changed some of the words because I thought it was fit us better for this evening. Only I can change my life, good, better, and best. Life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Optimism is the faith that leads us to achievement. With a new day comes new strengths and new thoughts. The past cannot be changed, but what you have changed is the future, and the future is today. Congratulations, graduates. Let's get on with the diplomas.
Thank you, Mr. Root. And now the moment has arrived. It is time for the presentation of diplomas. Members of the school committee and the school department, please join me on the stage. Mr. Mapes, would you like to come join us? Mr. Nelson, would you like to come and join us? Get lined up here. I'll ask the marshal to stand the class. Linda Austin. Nathan Lee Darrigan. Alexis Fagan. Devonna Fields. Jackie Lippert. Jasmine Petroni. Chloe Flowers. Cassie Starcher. Elizabeth Jean Thibodeau. Ara Tular. And there's a special request by the superintendent we acknowledge. Would you stand? There. Oh, wonderful. Well, now the marshal's duties are a little bit lighter. She doesn't have to make you stand. She can just have you turn for the turning of the tassel. Right. It is now my pleasure to present to you Sanford Community Adult Education's class of 2018.
We're right at the end. Thank you all for attending the graduation. I want to thank Mr. Stillman, Mr. Theoharides, Mr. Rue, Dr. Brown, Mrs. Treadwell for joining us tonight, along with Mr. Nelson, Jonathan Mapes, the student rep from the school committee. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, but you're there in the front row, so you've got an important seat, okay? But especially I want to congratulate all the graduates and the award and scholarship and certificate recipients this evening. This was your evening, and we commend you for your hard work and dedication that it took to get you all here tonight. Guests, please remain seated as the class of 2018 recesses out of the gym and downstairs to the cafeteria, where you are all invited to join us for refreshments. Again, please remain seated until our graduates have exited the hall. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much.